Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. I'm your host, Millie Mills, and we have an exciting show tonight live in the studios from the banks of the Mississippi, the Delta area of Arkansas. Man, I'm so delighted to welcome the sensational New Direction. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, man. It is so great to see you guys. I mean, I had the privilege to, it was kind of like one of those things, wasn't even thinking about what was going to really take place when Mr. Raymond Sims asked me to host the 12th annual Blues Festival. And, that was in West Helena, Arkansas. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But then once I got there and I was like, once everything kicked off and Mr. Reverend Jarvis Smith was there and just so many greats, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. And when I heard you guys sing, it took me back to my roots, because I'm originally from Arkansas, right? And I'm like, oh, you don't hear this kind of music like this today every day, hey, once they get off that stage, if I can catch them, I'm gonna try to get their number or something so we can get onto the show and get you guys onto Bring It in the House. And guys, I am talking to New Direction. We have Dedrick in the house. I'm gonna let each of you introduce yourselves and just tell us a little backstory about how you guys got together.
You want to start?
She mentioned it.
All right. So I'm Dedrick Trice. I'm 23 years old. My version of New Direction, like I said, it's a group full of friends and family. We all been together around each other our whole lives. And since teenagers, you would say? This Jordan has always probably been my right-hand guy. Since other things, he's just been that right hand, somebody I can count on. You can introduce yourself now, brother.
All right, my name is Jordan Watson. New Direction is just, to me, it's almost just like a, not blood related, but a family group. We, like I said, we've been singing not long together officially, but we've grown up around each other just about all our lives. Especially the front line. So we're, like I said, we just love giving God praise. We're a young group, but definitely got old souls, just about all of us, and was kind of raised up in the older generation. So just about that's kind of how what I feel like New Direction is.
Okay, yeah. So tell us, what school did you guys graduate from? What's your alma mater? Give a shout out to your schools.
Martin High School, which is the best school in the Toulouse County area. Rep your school, man.
Stop. Central High School. Class. Central High School is the best school in the kind of art. So don't let nobody tell you no different.
I hear you. But you guys look really young. It's like you just finished high school like a year ago, maybe, huh?
It's been a while.
He probably like 2 years younger than me, but I actually graduated out of 2017.
2017.
Yeah, so I'm actually 25.
Okay.
I'm actually like
pretty much the oldest.
I'm pretty much the oldest out of the group, so I feel old a lot. And they tell me I'm old all the time anyway. So
sometimes we call them Unc.
Well, you don't look 25 though. But I mean, I knew you guys were really young. Like I said, I thought you guys were like right out of high school, maybe a freshman in college when I saw you guys on stage in West Helena, and I was like, man, look at this. I said, yeah. I gotta have a talk with them. I gotta have a talk with them. So you guys have known each other most of your lives, kind of grew up together. When did it really hit you like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives, or do you guys feel that way? Before I make that question, before I ask it.
Yeah, I think it was more so. See, growing up, we was always singing just about helping out just about everybody else, right?
Hmm.
Whether it was family, non-family, people that was just in the city that we respected and grew up around. Wherever they needed help with, we was always helping them. So after a while, the question came about, well, if we could do it for everybody else, why we can't do it for each other? You know.
Hmm.
So, and to be honest, we just took that question, and we still going on since that question has happened. And it's like I said, it ain't been too long officially together, but like I said, the chemistry has always been there with me and him. So that's kind of what we going off of, help of God.
You're going strong. I'm telling you guys. So you guys live in Memphis. Some of you are kind of in Memphis, and some are in
Um,
Mississippi, and some in
um,
Arkansas.
yeah, some of the members in Arkansas, the band, some of them is in Mississippi. So we all kind of pretty much scattered out. But the front line, which is the main that you see, and pretty much the front, all of us are from West Helena. So
Hmm.
we grew around each other our whole lives. And like he said, we grew up helping and singing with each other. Whether it was with family, friends, different types of groups, middle course, choirs, just anything. Helena is just one of those cities where you can help each other out. So
Yeah,
that's how it pretty much was.
yeah. That's how it is in those towns like that. You learn to stick together. You're a community. It's just so much strength in those small towns like that. Some of the best talents come out of the smaller towns. I've learned that. And it's not, because so many people are big on where you're from and all like that, which is great, but it's also very important where you're going.
That's right.
And that's the real thing. You can be from a big city. That's great because you have a lot of resources there. But if you don't really have like some kind of idea where you're trying to go, then you just, you know, a little fish in a huge pond. So, and I'm just so glad to see that you guys have a grip on it. You know where you want to go, and you're going. You're on your way, man. You're on your way. So I'm like, these guys right here, they are killing it. Woo! So in the group is four you guys, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Or okay, and you sing what, alto, or what? Tell us positions that you sing.
So that's kind of tricky because to be honest, all of us sing different parts. Sometimes you will never know when something is switched because the way we practice, we try to do it where everybody can sing each note. So at one point, you may hear him singing alto, then I switch and go to alto. Because
Yeah.
every time we lead, we all take turns. So we all just switch up from time to time, depending on what
Yeah,
the song is.
you know what? I saw that too on stage. I was like, man, look how y'all just kind of like tag team. I'm like, whoa, that's what made it so great too. I mean, you guys have a wide range, and you guys can sing so many different parts. I'm like, this is, yeah.
Man.
Woo. And your award winning groups and all like that. Tell us about, some of the awards you received.
The new artist of the year is probably my favorite. Um, that was from the Merit Awards. What year was it?
I want to say 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
We had
2 years ago.
We had just started. That was our first year, and
MA.
it was a blessing. Shout out to Darian Jameson.
My
our brother.
Congratulations. That is so awesome to be new artist of the year. And that's for in that region, right?
It had different people from different areas
Most
in there,
definitely,
right?
most definitely. They was basically nominated from just about everywhere.
Just about everywhere. So it was from groups from different areas, and it was chose. That's just a blessing. That's an honor.
Yeah.
So we shout out to God for that one.
Amen. I was about to say that's like an endorsement from God. It's like confirming this is what you're supposed to be doing, and you're on your way. So don't even second guess it, because when you get that kind of confirmation. That's what it is. That's huge, man.
We
And
wasn't
how
able
long?
to make it to the show, to the award show. We actually had an event. We was in some part of Mississippi singing, and we just so happened to see. I check our phones before we hit the stage. They was like, "Hey, y'all won!" And that definitely gave us the better feeling before we hit the stage when we found out we won New Artist of the Year. So it was right before we hit the stage when we found out we won. So it was a great feeling. So
Wow, that is so good, man. Congratulations. And you guys, I know you had shared with me, you've been singing like 2 years together, right?
yes, ma'am.
But you guys, like I told you look so polished. And I thought maybe you're gonna say about 4 or 5 years because you definitely have your act together. And does that, the band that I saw on stage, do they normally back you guys up when you're singing?
Well,
That
that's actually our band, right?
that's your band. Okay, that's what
That's
I thought.
New Direction band that you saw, and advertising purposes, we're gonna show them out some more because they do a tremendous job
Great job.
every time. We get up there. You don't too much kids. Just like how you see young guys singing. Those guys in the back, most of them are younger than us. I think all of them are younger.
16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, like so.
One of them still in school.
Right. So you got guys like that, that's following you, that's letting you know that you're doing something right. Let you know. So they just about all of them are younger, but they're polished as well. They're young, but they're seasoned, old seasoned souls, just like us. They love what they do, so we just connected just like that.
Yeah. And I could see that, when I saw the drummers switching out and everything, I was like, oh wow, they're really young, man. Oh, and they're so dedicated to the cause.
Even with the band, believe it or not, they can sing too. So whenever we fall where a guy can't make it, on the front, that's when one of them step out and sing. And they all pretty much can sing. They might be shy, but they can definitely sing.
Right, being in the back. And also they're versatile as well. I think he mentioned about all of us singing different parts. Those guys can play different instruments. I think the bass player now that we have, he was originally our guitar player. And, things happened when he ended up having to switch. So, he's now the bass player now. The keyboard player, our keyboard player, TJ, shout out to TJ. He can play bass, and drummer, he can play key, so when you got guys that can be versatile in just about everything, it makes it a lot easier to do what is assigned of us.
Yeah, that is so good, man. And you guys just kind of go all over. Where is it difficult to get booked, or I'm sure it's not with your sound, but I'm just saying, do you have like a booking agent, or do you guys pretty much book yourselves? In charge of booking.
This
okay.
guy, he pretty much does all that. He tried to take the load off of me, to where I don't have to do as much. Like I said, this is pretty much my right hand. So, especially if I'm uncomfortable with a situation, he gonna get it straightened out. So, and then we have a count where even if it's last minute or something, you guys can be so dedicated. They can be like, "Hey, we're gonna still do it," Whether guys say, "Hey, I can't make it," but we have guys that can say, "Hey, I would do this spot, I would do that spot to make this work." So it's just good to have people in the count that's willing to do that.
And I think you asked the question, is it like hard getting booking and stuff like that? I wouldn't say it's hard. I think the more so of it is being, how I want to put it, being to like where you're supposed to be. Everywhere that it's a program, of course, we can't make every program that's everywhere in the world. But I think it's just about going where God called you to go. It's you want to be attached to the right things and the right people, because if not, you'll fall short on yourself. Because we still being human and stuff like that. Things happen. But I think for the most part, we just try to be assigned and accompanied with the right things and right people, because all that stuff matters, and especially within everyday life, you're gonna need those type of good people and good things around you. So just about being comfortable with that type of stuff.
Yes, yes. Ooh, you guys have put in so much work. So, I mean, I know you kind of get the, because we talked about it a little bit backstage before we came on. I know, being as young as you are, you kind of get that little pressure from peers or whatever. So, kind of speak to that. What is that like? I mean, how do you guys combat that when other teenagers or young adults in their early 20s like you guys are like, hey, y'all singing gospel music? What's up with that? You doing gospel? Y'all to do this hip hop, man. Come on, hop on this track, man. Stuff like that. Do y'all ever get that kind of pressure?
So, considering coming out of a city like West Helena, to be honest with you, West Helena is more of a athletic type of situation.
Okay.
There's a lot of athletes, great athletes. So it was very rare to see like young gospel singers from the area. So it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was new to us because we was born here.
Mm-hmm.
But just off the curiosity, like I know it was probably difficult for you, at school, people started finding out you sing and you had to deal with that. I know for me it was difficult. It was like, man, like you actually sing, you do this, like this what you want to do. And I was, once you find strength in it, like I said, I'm a grandparents baby. So just watching my grandma sing old hymns and stuff like that, I was brought into that early. So that's kind of what I tried to live by at school, regardless of how people felt about it.
I think more so with me, I was kind of like, at the time, I was like wrestling with what I think he mentioned about sports and stuff like that in the town. And it's almost like how people make you deal with that in the world too. It's almost like they want you to pick a side, right? So when you're dealing with that, if you're gonna deal, especially with my town, when I was growing up, I don't want to say now because everybody's getting better now, but growing up, especially as a kid at that time, made you feel like, if you're going to be, playing sports, doing this, doing that, you're not considered, what's the word I want to say, popular. Once, you find out you can sing and go to church every Sunday. Then you do this, you go to church, you're a church boy, so you hear different stuff like that growing up. And, it almost make you feel like, it can, I wouldn't say almost, it can make you feel like, what you're doing is wrong. If you don't have your own connection with God and have, solid, true people around you, to let you know it's okay to be you, you'll find yourself going to, the world. And I don't want to, downplay the world, but I'm going to choose God first every time, right? So,
Amen. And they say, who's on the Lord's side?
right.
Direction is
most definitely. So that's more so what we had to wrestle with as kids. I know for sure on my hand, considering I played sports, football, I was playing quarterback, basketball, I was point guard, I ran track, things like this. So it was more so to the point, I had to figure out real quick which one I wanted to, and then not even that, I had to just show them, hey, it's okay to be both. It's okay for me to be over here and play this and be over here, but at the same time still choose to serve God. There's nothing wrong with doing both. I don't think I feel like that with the generation. It's okay to be young, have fun in life, but at the same time know what you're doing, know who you're serving, know at the end of the day what you're living for. And I don't. I think a lot of people in our generation wrestle with that, thinking, you can only do one and you can't do both. And I don't think that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Guys, if you're just tuning in, of course, this is New Direction. These guys are working with something. Let's check out, I did my homework and I found a couple of their songs on YouTube. Let's check out Have You Heard right here on Bring It in the House.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap your hands. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
That was our first time doing it.
Most definitely the first time.
What? That was your excuse me, your first performance?
Well, singing that song.
Singing it.
Yeah.
It is crazy how it happened because, to be honest with you, it's funny now. But when we sung it, that was in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And when we sung it, we never rehearsed it.
No.
So that was a song that we had just got together and done. And we was outside before we sung. So we was like, let's try the new song. And he was like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I think you end up getting outvoted or something.
Yeah,
And that was like, let's just try it, and that's what it ended up coming to.
And man, you guys took it back, Woo! Oh boy. I mean, that kind of singing like that, I could be up all night. I mean, because it's just like I said, it's been years since I've seen that type of entertainment like that, So guys, I'm just like cheering you on and just praying that you guys continue to keep soaring. I know Dietrich shared that I don't know, can we say this right now about the little signing?
Oh. So it's in the works. It's in the works. We can't share with y'all what we're actually, got going. But I was gonna say is God is definitely making a way. He's making a way, and you can just be on the lookout for new direction.
Yeah, I know it. And you guys have a show coming up, right? In November, aren't you doing? You got the second anniversary show. There you go.
The anniversary is pretty much a lineup full of family and friends. Everybody on there we know, like close to our heart. So it's gonna be a great time. I was telling her about the first anniversary that we had. It was a great turnout.
Wow, sweet. Y'all got everybody. Look, it's meant by God. You got Souls of Creation, the Hughes Singers, the Spiritual Soldiers, the Real Brothers, Ambria Lumpkin, is that Ori Hudson and Spirit, Bev and New Life Singers, and of course your host is Amelia Shields. And where is that going to be located?
Memphis, Tennessee. There's actually another flyer that's posted out. Ambria Lumpkin, that's his wife.
Most definitely.
He's married to her.
Oh,
And Beverly, the Bev and New Life, Bev, that's my mom. She's from Helen also. So, it's a lineup full of family and friends. So it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
One group that hasn't been mentioned on that flyer.
Right.
My pastor, the GOAT, the anointed Pastor Marcus Newsom and Team PMN will be there. They will be our special guests. You think we somebody? You most definitely have to connect with my pastor. Him and those wonderful ladies. They've been doing it for a minute now, and much love and respect to my pastor what they're doing. But they will be our special guests. It hasn't been mentioned. It's an updated flyer.
The last time I sat and just actually heard them sing, I cried. So that's family.
That's family. Guys, we've had so much fun tonight. Time is just flying by. Before we get out of here, did you want to give any shout outs to anyone that might be listening or viewing tonight, should we say? I know I saw in the comments, this is someone I believe is a family member. Is it Shadira? Am I saying that correct? Shadira Montgomery?
From Unity. She's a huge supporter of us. She's a huge supporter of us.
Okay. Yeah. She says she's proud of you, Dietrich. Yeah. So
for the booking, it's easy to reach us. We're not hard to reach at all. He's not hard to reach at all. We're just honored and we're grateful, and I pray God continue to keep us focused on this journey because it's so hard. It can get hard at times. You know, considering us being young, you have, like we talked about earlier, you have worldly stuff that can try to throw us off track. So we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going strong. Y'all can stay tuned because real soon there's a new album that's coming from us.
It's coming.
And I think you guys are gonna look.
That is so good. I just kind of wanted to mention, that we lost a lot of great ones this week and the week before. Month of September kind of got off, to a start that kind of shocked us all. So we just want to, salute those who've gone on to be with the Lord. Rich Homie Quan, rest in peace. James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, and Tito Jackson. Yeah, so just been keeping those families in our prayers, during this difficult time. But in the meantime, we're going to keep going. The soldiers that's left back here, and we're going in a new direction. Yeah, I love it.
That's titled New Direction.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we're going to continue to take that path, regardless of how hard it gets. We're going to keep going.
Yeah, that is so good. Somebody else just put something in the chat real quick. Arius, thank you so much for tuning in. Love James and Frankie Beverly. Okay. Thank you, Arius. Hey, yep, we're trying to keep going there. So any shout outs or any words of encouragement before we wrap it up? Anything else before we go?
Just shout out to the people that support us. Thank you for never giving up on this.
Amen.
Never count us out. Always being true to us, and that's so rare in this day and time. People can say they for you, but in a whole nother ball game outside of the reality, it's a whole different story. So shout out to the people that's actually for us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Amen. And we're going to leave with the video that I found on YouTube. Stepped right in, and well, you know what? I'm going to let you guys introduce your song and take us out of here. I'm bringing it in the house. Go ahead.
Step Right In. When Step Right In was written, I was in a dark space. I was in a dark space, trying to figure out who I was. And it's just certain things in life that we go through that, mom, dad, the people that we love close, they just can't handle it. And sometimes we just need God to step in for us and fight those battles that we can't do for ourselves. So that's kind of what took place. When I first wrote the song, I sent it to him. And I think he knew. I think he spoke to him too, because in that time, I think he was going too. So when we first sat down and actually went over it and stuff, I think the first time in practice, I think all of us got teary-eyed. So it was more of a deep, and even now, it's real personal. So that's probably one of my favorite songs out of the album. Probably my favorite.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it with New Direction, and this is Step Right In on Bring It in the House.